Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's Christine with Gauge Girl Training, an online meal planning and coaching service. In today's video, I'm going to talk about 5 foods I will no longer eat in 2021. So let's get started. Earlier this year, I made a promise to myself to improve my self-care. And if you've been following me on Instagram, I've been sharing the journey. I've been sharing the types of foods I've been eating. I've been sharing progress photos along the way, and I've been making good progress. But part of that journey was just the fact that I was tired of being tired. I have this natural inclination to be a workaholic, to push myself to the brink. And with that, my self-care just declines. And while taking a macros-based approach to my nutrition to help me reach my fat loss goals in 2021, one thing that I've been paying so much more attention to is the quality of the food I've been consuming. And in this video, I want to share with you guys specifically 5 foods that I will not be eating in 2021. And that leaves us with number 1, and that is white rice. So before you go any further, you're probably wondering, like, wait a minute, Christine, aren't you half Filipino? How can you not eat white rice? And I've shared white rice and my full day of eating and my meal preps. It's convenient, it's quick, it's economical. But for me, white rice is a simple carbohydrate. And as a result of that, it's actually a trigger food for me. I'm used to eating such large volumes of rice with my family growing up. It's something that I can always go back for seconds with. It just is bland. It goes with your meals and your sauces and things. And for me at this stage in my journey, I am eliminating it because it is a trigger food for me to want to eat more carbohydrates. And I'm not sure if it's my hormones or if because I'm getting up there in age, but it has been harder for me to consume moderate amounts of white rice. So for that reason, I am switching my carbohydrates to complex carb sources. I'm switching to sweet potatoes, red potatoes, white potatoes, oats. I've been switching to brown rice. Doesn't mean I'm never going to eat white rice again, but at this season and stage of my life, it's something that I will be giving up. Number 2 is farm-raised seafood. I love salmon, but you have to be really careful when you are picking your seafood sources, whether it is wild or farm-raised. If you guys don't know, also, I have specific knee issues that are happening right now. I have a lot of swelling, and my blood work has showed I'm testing positive for very specific inflammatory markers, and farm-raised seafood has a tendency to have more inflammation to the body as a result of when fish is farm raised, it is raised in a more crowded environment. As a result, those fish are on more antibiotics. They are more likely to consume and eat one another. And as a result, it is so much better for you to not look for farm raised and to go for fish that is fresh or wild, as it would be labeled in the store. Number 3 is artificial sweeteners. In the last, I'd say 8 years or so, I've been kind of 50-50 on artificial sweeteners. Last year and a half, when I launched my own supplement line, which is the Gauge Life Nutrition Supplement line, I felt the need to go 100% all natural with respect to the ingredients, the flavoring, as well as the sweeteners. And like I said, I've been 50-50 on this for a long time, where occasionally I'll have a sugar-free Red Bull, occasionally I'll have a Quest bar, occasionally I'll have foods that have like the sugar alcohols or things that will give me that taste of sugar without the calories from it. And I'm like, okay, this makes sense. This fits within my macros, so be it. However, it's one of those things where the artificial sweeteners like sucralose, acesulfame potassium, again, with a lot of the engineered sugars and sugar alcohols, they actually make me feel hungrier. They make me crave more sweets. And it's different for everyone, but the diet beverages, the white monsters, the sugar-free Red Bulls, these things, while you think that you're getting a pass because you're not getting calories, but the way that works is that, for instance, when you consume sucralose, right, the sucralose molecule is sucrose with chlorine atoms bound to it. So what happens is when you ingest it, your body does see the calories of sucrose, but because there are chlorine molecules bound to the sucrose, your body sees that and acknowledges it as a toxin and pushes it out of your body, which is the reason why it doesn't count, because your body's like, this is a toxin, I gotta get it out, and it passes right through your intestines. So that's just no longer okay with me. And I only will use stevia, which is a naturally sweetened thing, and that is the type of sweetener in the Gage Life supplement line, monk fruit. In general, I'm just moving away from any type of sweetener that isn't natural. That is number 3 that I am not consuming in 2021. Number 4 is non-organic strawberries. I love strawberries, I love blueberries, and they're wonderful to build into a healthy lifestyle, especially compared to other fruit. I tend to eat strawberries and blueberries more because they are naturally lower in sugar than the other fruit, and I can eat a much higher volume of them. It makes me feel full, satisfied, great for vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. The problem is, in the United States, strawberries is one of the top crops that is made with the most toxic pesticides. From an agricultural perspective, the engineer in me, I understand why they need to use pesticides for the yields, for the crops, and all that stuff. I get it. However, trace levels of these pesticides can cause a serious problem. Pesticides are endocrine disruptors, and they can introduce hormone imbalances, especially for those of you who already are struggling with hormonal issues, hormone imbalances. Spend the extra $1, $1.50, $2, I'm not sure how much it's going to cost wherever you live, to invest in the organic version, because you are going to be avoiding endocrine disruptors, and it's something that you can start right away. So please, non-organic strawberries is a no in 2021. Last but not least, number 5 is salt. Now, before everybody starts freaking out and says, well, wait a minute, Christine, isn't salt good for you? I thought you need salt, Himalayan sea salt, blah, 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 blah. Yes, your body needs a certain amount of salt. However, for me, I would excessively salt my foods to an obscene level. I tend to have a salt tooth, and it was just too much for me. Now, am I still going to be including salt? Yes, but I would add extra salt on top of everything. And even with that, my old mindset when I would be on hardcore diet mode was this. I told myself it would be better for me to just deal with a little bit of water retention and bloat from a little bit of extra salt, because that's not fat gain, that's just a little water retention, it goes away, as opposed to, having bland food. But for me, it's not that I'm having bland food, I just needed to dial it back, because I would just experience a type of bloating where like my fingers would hurt, like if I was wearing a ring, my rings wouldn't fit, and it was just too much for me. So, be mindful if you catch yourself excessively salting your food, because it's really easy to do. And again, it doesn't add calories. So it's one of those things that's kind of easy to slip in there. Should you consume salt? Yes, you should consume salt. I'm not saying take it out, but what I'm saying for me, I need to cut, and I have successfully cut out excessively salting my foods. So comment below if any of these things resonate with you and which of these things you may already be doing or things that you may want to consider doing in 2021. Thank you guys for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, and please make sure you hit the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know when the videos go live. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.